Hi there. Today we are going to listen a story about curious kids exploring the world. In a small town surrounded by rolling hills and sparkling rivers, there lived three best friends, Emma, Leo, and Mia. They were not just ordinary kids, they were the most curious children in the whole town. They loved asking questions, solving mysteries, and exploring new places. People in the town called them the curious kids. One bright morning, as they sat under the old oak tree in the park, Emma held up a big, colorful book. "This is a world atlas," she said excitedly. "It has maps of different countries and stories of faraway places." Leo's eyes widened. "I wish we could travel the world and see all these places." Mia grinned. "Why don't we? We can start our own adventure and explore as much as we can." The three friends cheered and decided to go on a journey, an adventure to explore the wonders of the world. But how would they travel? They couldn't take a plane or a ship. That's when Mia had an idea. "Let's use our imagination. If we believe in it, we can go anywhere." With that, they closed their eyes, held hands, and imagined stepping into the pages of the atlas. Suddenly, a magical gust of wind swirled around them, lifting them off their feet. When they opened their eyes, they were no longer in their town, they were standing in the middle of a vast golden desert. "Wow! This must be the Sahara Desert," Emma gasped. The sun blazed in the sky, and endless dunes stretched before them. Just then, they saw a caravan of camels approaching. A kind traveler waved to them. "Welcome, young explorers. The desert is full of secrets. Look at the sand, it's always shifting, creating new patterns every day. And at night, the sky is filled with millions of stars." The children marveled at the beauty of the desert and even rode on the camels. But soon, the wind picked up again, and before they knew it, they were swept away to another place. This time, they landed in a dense green jungle. "Look at all these tall trees," Leo exclaimed. Birds chirped, monkeys swung from vines, and colorful butterflies flitted around them. A friendly explorer greeted them. "Welcome to the Amazon rainforest. This is the largest jungle in the world. Many animals and plants here can't be found anywhere else." The kids walked carefully, amazed by giant anacondas in the river and parrots with feathers as bright as a rainbow. They learned how every creature played a role in keeping the jungle alive. But just as they were about to climb a tree to see the view from above, the wind whooshed again, taking them to their next destination. When they opened their eyes, they found themselves in the middle of a snowy wonderland. The air was cold, and the ground was covered in thick ice. "Are we in Antarctica?" Mia asked, her breath visible in the freezing air. They heard a loud honking sound and turned to see a group of penguins waddling toward them. A scientist dressed in warm clothes smiled. "Yes, welcome to Antarctica. This is the coldest place on Earth. These penguins are well adapted to the cold, and if you are lucky, you might even see a whale in the icy waters." The children watched in amazement as the penguins slid on their bellies across the ice. They even saw a giant seal resting near the shore. The cold air made them shiver, but before they could feel too chilly, the magical wind swept them away once more. This time, they landed in a city unlike any they had seen before. Tall towers reached the sky, bright lights flashed everywhere, and people from different cultures walked the busy streets. "Where are we now?" Leo asked, looking around in wonder. A street vendor smiled at them. "Welcome to Tokyo, Japan. This is one of the most exciting cities in the world, full of technology, history, and delicious food." The children explored the city, riding on bullet trains, visiting ancient temples, and even trying sushi for the first time. They saw robots helping in shops and cherry blossoms blooming in the parks. It was a perfect mix of old and new, and they loved every moment of it. Before they could explore more, the magical wind returned. With a swirl of colors, they found themselves standing in a place covered in stone pyramids under a blazing sun. This must be Egypt, Emma gasped. A guide welcomed them. You are standing before the Great Pyramids of Giza. These pyramids were built thousands of years ago by the ancient Egyptians. They are full of mysteries, hidden chambers, and even secret writings on the walls. The kids walked inside a pyramid, looking at the beautiful carvings and hieroglyphs. They imagined how people long ago built such giant structures without modern machines. As they explored, the vine swirled once again, and they were lifted away to their next destination. The children landed in a place where the ground rumbled beneath their feet. Looking up, they saw a massive volcano in the distance, smoke rising from its peak. A volcano! Mia shouted. Are we in Hawaii? A geologist nearby nodded. That's right. Volcanoes help shape the land and even create new islands. Hawaii is made of volcanoes, and some are still active today. The children watched from a safe distance as lava slowly flowed down the side of the volcano, cooling into rock as it touched the sea. They learned that volcanoes could be dangerous but also created new land over time. Just as they were about to explore more, the vine swirled one last time. This time, when they opened their eyes, they were back under the oak tree in their small town. We are home, Leo said in surprise. They looked at each other, their hearts still racing with excitement. Had they really traveled around the world, or had it all been a dream? They weren't sure, but they knew one thing: they had learned so much about different places, animals, and cultures. Emma held up the atlas again. The world is so big and full of amazing things. There's still so much more to see. Mia grinned. Then we'll just have to go on another adventure. Leo laughed. The world is waiting for us, curious kids. And with that, they made a promise to always stay curious, keep exploring, and never stop asking questions. Because the world was full of wonders, and adventure was just a thought away.